Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a fall inspired makeup look, and as you can see, this is the final look here. Oh my god, I'm sorry, look how tanned this is ridiculous. But if you guys did want to see how I got this makeup look, then keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face, and I normally do use the Hourglass mineral veil primer, but I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone, just try something a little bit different for you guys. So for my birthday, Mecca sent me like my birthday gift this year, and it did come with the illuminating primer from the brand Mecca Cosmetica. I haven't used this yet, so I guess I'll try it out for you guys today. I'm just gonna use my hands just to pop this on. It smells really fresh, but feels kind of like the consistency like of a moisturizer. I'm going to do my eye makeup and my brows first, so I'm going to pop foundation and concealer from like here above because of like any fallout. Then I'm going to do like the rest of my face. So I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I'm going to be using it in the shade Beige 33. This is it here. Instead of using a beauty blender, I noticed that I do like the application with a brush better with this Marc Jacobs foundation. So I am going to be using the Multitasker complexion brush. It's a Sephora brush and it's in number 45. With the Marc Jacobs, you just basically, it's like a little dabber thing. So you're just going to pop like a couple of little specks. I never know like how much to use because I've only used this like a couple of times so far, and I like never want to use too much, but then I feel like, do I use enough? I don't know. And then I'm just going to buff that into my skin. And see, it's quite thick. Like, see, I only put like a couple of dots. I just never know. I'm gonna put that a little bit blended down my eyes too. Okay, now that that's blended into my forehead, it's gonna look a little bit silly for a little bit, but I'm just gonna conceal my eyes so then we can go and do the eye makeup look. So I am gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer today. So this one's in the shade Light Medium Honey, and I absolutely love this. I just got this delivered like last week, and seriously, oh my god, I don't know why I actually haven't got this sooner. It's so amazing. So I'm just going to pop some concealer just on top of my eyelid, and just with my BH Cosmetics 130 brush, I'm just going to pat this over my lid. Well, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm just going to lightly set my forehead. It doesn't really need that much setting because of the way that the foundation is, but I'm just going to set it anyway, just so that I can do my brows without them smudging. I'm just going to tap some just into the lid so that I'm not like using up too much product. Lightly over our eyes. And then I'm just going to lightly set my forehead as well. So we'll come back to that because we're obviously going to set the rest of our face later on. First off, we're going to do the brows, and then I'm going to get into doing the eye makeup look. So I am just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade, and then this is in the shade Dark Brown. Okay, so I'm just going to be using the lid just to pop some product in there, just so that we're not getting too much product on the brush, and it's so much more controllable by popping it in there too. So the way I do my brows is obviously like a little bit different to how you guys might have to do your brows or how other people might do them, but this is just how I do it. So I usually just create like a line underneath that follows around kind of shape that I want my brow to be. And then in the center, I do little flecks up just to create that light feathered hair. And I'm just creating the arch as well. So we're just gonna blend. So for the base of my eyes, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I'm going to be using this shade right here. I'm just going to be putting that over my entire lid. I'm just going to use this pretty like flat eye brush right here. I actually don't know the name of it because it's super old and I've had it for like a million years, but let's go ahead and do that now. So just like kind of pressing it onto my lid. Remember to like tap off any excess, although it doesn't really matter because today we are going to do our foundation on the bottom half of our face last. So if there is any fallout, we can just brush it away before we do our foundation. So it doesn't really matter how much fallout there is. So now in my crease, I'm just going to be popping this color right here called Lucius. This is my E40 tapered blending brush, and this is a Sigma brush. So I'm just gonna be a little bit on my brush, and then I'm just gonna actually tap away a teeny bit of the excess as well. And then I'm just gonna blend that straight into my crease. Then I am going to be taking my Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, and I am going to be using a few shades from this one. So I'm just going to be taking the shade Peanut Butter, which is this shade right here, and I'm just going to be blending that as well. More of in like a C shape, just where my crease is. And then also back through my crease as well. Then with this smaller blending style brush, again, I don't know where it came from. I've had it for like 5 million years. I'm gonna be taking the shade Nuts About You. I am just gonna be blending that underneath my eye and then blending it up through this part of my crease line as well. Then I'm just gonna be taking the exact same Nuts About You shade, just lightly tapping my blending brush into it and then blending it. And then on the top of this brush, I'm just going to take this shade right here in the Kat Von D palette, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on my brush, tap off a lot of the excess, and all I'm gonna do is just blend it across the top where my brow bone is. And don't worry, we're gonna clean up all of this as well. Then we're gonna do our lid color. I'm gonna be taking a very flat brush. What we're gonna do is take the shade Peanut Brittle, and we're gonna just try to pack on a fair bit onto our brush, and then we're just gonna press it onto this whole inner part of our lid here. I'm just gonna create a little bit more of a base by popping this base shade just here, and a little bit of this as well. So we're gonna use this one first and just pop it, just using the side of our brush, just straight down the center, and just doing the same thing to the other side. And this is just gonna create like depth to our eye look. And then we're just gonna take our initial base shade here and just go over that. And then this time just blending it. So then we're gonna go back and we're just gonna be putting our rich and creamy shade, using the exact same technique, straight over the top of what we just did. Then just to finish it up, we're just gonna take the Peanut Butter shade just here. We're just gonna blend out through where our crease is just one more time, just in the higher spot. Make sure it's like all nice and soft through here. We don't want any harsh lines. And then we're just gonna take Nuts About You one more time and just blend it more into here. So you've got a little bit more of that darker edge going on. So now we're just gonna do our mascara, and I'm just gonna be using my Old Faithful, the Hourglass mascara, and it is the Film Noir mascara. And then I'm just gonna be popping on some Ardell lashes, and I don't remember which ones these are, but I think they might be the Glamour Wispies, but I don't really remember. But all the Ardell lashes are really, really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put those on now. And I had some pretty bad fallout, and I touched it and it like smudged all over my face. So I'm just gonna use my Garnier Micellar cleansing water. All I'm gonna do is just pop it onto some cotton pads, and then also during this step we are just gonna clean up our eyes so it's a little bit more sharp. See, look, fallout. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have just cleaned up the eye makeup look a little bit better. We're just gonna go back with our Marc Jacobs foundation, and we're just gonna create a couple of dots around our face, and then we're just gonna do the same thing that we did with our forehead. Oh my god, see, sometimes this is like too watery and it just like goes everywhere. That's kind of like the only downfall I feel like after using this. But other than that, the actual foundation, I absolutely love it. I really, really love the coverage, and I think it's just so beautiful. So I'm just gonna buff that into my skin. See, like, look at that coverage. That is like flawless coverage. Like, seriously does look like skin. It does not look like or even feel like I'm wearing thick makeup. I love it. This and the new Rihanna Fenty, which if you guys haven't seen my review, I will leave a link at the end of this video. So we're just gonna use our Shape Tape again, just under our eyes, just to conceal everything and to highlight. And I'm just gonna be using my new Fenty blender as well, which I love, and I might even say that I love it more than my beauty blender as well, because it's really, really good. What I really like about this sharp edge is you can actually like go over where you've just like created that nice line, and it is so much easier to use this. And then we are gonna set the rest of our face and our under eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So I am just gonna pat some of this under my under eyes, and then I'm gonna sweep it away. And I'm just gonna use my BH Cosmetics 124 brush just to set the rest of my face. Just very lightly. We don't want to use a lot of powder. The setting powder is pretty strong, so you don't need to really use a lot. Then I'm just going to take my Sephora Pro Featherweight complexion brush, and then I'm just going to just sweep away under my eyes and just kind of pat in any excess that was there. Okay, then we're going to take the Kat Von D brush. It's the contour and highlighting brush, if I can get open this case. So then this side here is for the contouring, and then this side is for more of the highlighting. And then I'm going to be taking my Shade and Light kit as well. And I'm just going to be starting off with this shade right here in the middle, and it's called Shadow Play. So I'm just going to tap my brush. Definitely need to tap off the excess, because you cannot be too heavy-handed with this palette because it's literally so freaking pigmented. So let's just go ahead and do this. See, look, I barely had anything on my brush, and like, look at that. And then I'm just gonna do my forehead area. Yeah, so this is like just how I do my contouring. Obviously everyone has like different face shapes, so you guys should do it, you know, however you guys like to contour your face. But this is just like where my shadow points are. And when you are doing like your powder contouring, just make sure that you do blend it out. It does take a little bit of time sometimes to blend it, but you always do want to make sure that you do just like take the extra time just to make sure that it is blended properly, especially if you're new to using, you know, different powders and things like that to contour your face. Okay, and then with that exact same shade Shadow Play, we're just gonna go like under our jawline. And just like around our chin area. Underneath my lip. Just with the excess though, I'm not going to get any more product grabbed onto my brush. And then we are just going to take a little bit of this color here, which is called Sombre, I believe. And we're just going to tap a teeny bit. And we're just going to pop a little bit just to darken up our forehead just a mini bit. I just feel like it's a little light. And we're just going to pop a little bit in our cheek contour area too. And then with my BH Cosmetics 129 brush, oh my god, look how terrible this is. Sorry. I'm just gonna be taking the coolest shade in this palette, lightly tapping it and just contouring out my nose just ever so slightly. And then I'm just gonna use my BH Cosmetics 125 brush. I'm just going to use this just to blend everything out over my nose. And then I'm just gonna go back with my Shade and Light brush, and then now using the light highlight side, I'm just gonna be taking the middle shade, which is more of like a banana powder, and all I'm gonna be doing is just running it under there and here. These powders are so creamy and beautiful. I love working with them. Just use the excess just to brush over our forehead as well. Then I am just going to be taking my new ZOEVA Coral Spectrum, and I don't want my blush to be too full on just because the rest of the makeup has like quite reddy tones in it. So I'm just going to be taking this shade right here, and then I'm just taking like a standard blush brush. Tap off the excess. Okay, then we're just gonna take our Sun Dipped Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just gonna be using the shade Summer, and then I'm just gonna be also using my ZOEVA 105 Luxe Highlight Brush, which is one of my favorites. God, it's got some black stuff and I need to wash it, ew. And then we're just gonna be highlighting a highlight area. And this is one of my favorite highlighters. And the good thing is, if you want, you can build it up. So I would suggest not putting too much on straight away and just allowing yourself just to blend and just work it in. It's so pretty, it's so nice, I love it. And then I'm just going to be taking my BH Cosmetics 132 brush, and it is really mini. I'm just gonna be highlighting the tip of my nose. Whew, look at that highlight. And then straight down the bridge of my nose as well. Just a touch on my brow bone. And then just on my cupid's bow too. Okay, now I am just going to be using my NARS lip liner. It's a velvet lip liner, and I actually don't even know the name of it. I think that it is Wilbur or Wilmer or something like that. And then I am just going to be using my Melted Matte, and this one is in the shade Sellout, and it's only the mini one because it's like the little like free gift that I got when I was shopping at Sephora. And then we're just going to set our face as well with setting spray. So I am going to be using my Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray, and no joke, this is my life. I seriously cannot go a day without using this setting spray. Like, I live in an extremely hot climate, and this just makes my makeup stay on so good the whole day. Like immediately my face just feels so fresh. Okay, so there you guys have it. This is the final makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to support my channel. It really does help. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I got them future tracks.